Behold, the spectacular and majestic Kaita Waterfall. This breathtaking tower of water is found right here in the Caribbean, deep inside the mountains of Guyana, along the Potaro River. Waterfalls are often formed wherever water flows over a deep cliff or very sharp drop in the bed of a river. This phenomenon of nature is usually formed as a result of erosion, as is the case with waterfalls here in the tropics. When water flowing over hard rock reaches softer rock, it starts to wear away the soft rock. After thousands of years of this, the soft rock erodes and the river starts to cut down vertically into the rock, forming a cliff which the water topples over. As the years go by, the cliff becomes steeper and steeper and a waterfall is formed.
As you would know, that Kite Shore is the National Park of Guyana, which was established in 1929, and it has now been extended quite recently to 242 square miles. What makes it so dynamic and the wonder of the world is the fact that nowhere do you have a river that is as narrow as 450 feet maximum width, that's which is at the moment, that you have a straight or perpendicular drop of 741 feet. That is what makes Kite Shore so spectacular. It's the highest single drop fall in the world. It's 5 times higher than Niagara, twice higher than Victoria. Of course, it's pretty narrow in comparison to those falls. With 450 feet, like I said, which is what you have right now, you will have approximately 35,000 gallons per second going over. High potent mineral water, not the chlorine stuff that people are accustomed to these days. We call it natural tea bag, okay? And what is responsible for the coloration is because it filters through all the leaves, the stumps, debris that's in the riverbed for hundreds of miles. So it's like if you were to put the tea bag into clear water where it absorbs that color. And that's how we get that color. So we have a combination of all different types of tea. Kite Shore, it's not an English word. It derives from the Patamonas. Now, Patamonas are one of the 9 indigenous tribes that we have living in Guyana. We have 9 tribes, okay? Now, the Patamonas are the ones that live closest. That will be like 36 miles up the Potaro River from here. Their population is about 500. And when we look at the indigenous way of life, particularly in the past, because now they have communities and settlements, but in the past you can consider them nomadics. They always kept moving from place to place. So it was while they were dwelling right here on this plateau, they had a serious problem with another tribe who is known to be very, very fierce and warlike. They're called the Caribs. Now these Caribs were persecuting the Patamonas for decades. At that time, the chief of the village, his name was Kai, or you can say the Tushao. That means the chief. His name was Kai, and he envisaged that if he made himself a sacrifice to their god, whose name is Makonaima, and they think that Makonaima dwells at the fall here. So Kai, in his canoe, went over alive in appraisal to Makonaima. So we have Kai as the name of the man, and then you translate that word shore into English, it means fall. So that's how we get Kite Shore.
Kinetic energy resulting from the large volume of water splashing into the softer rock of the cliff creates hollow plunge pools at the bottom of the waterfall. At the Kaita, a unique and fascinating ecosystem exists. Low, hollow voices of the howler monkey can be heard. Scarlet macaws fly overhead. A cock on the rock suns his orange feathers. The Kaita swifts circle overhead. Falls such as the Kaita, where a large volume of water plunges over a high cliff, are known as cataracts or plunge falls. However, the most common type of waterfall one encounters is the cascade waterfall, where a series of small, irregular falls form one waterfall. One such waterfall is this, the Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica. Dunn's River Falls is the only waterfall in the world that forms at the mouth of a river, the Dunn's River, which flows into the Caribbean Sea. These falls are just about 200 meters high, but form a lovely series of tiers that resemble a wedding cake. The small, dome-shaped cataracts of the falls are rich in calcium carbonate. Such cataracts are usually only found in limestone caves. This feature, combined with its close location to the sea, makes Dunn's River Falls a truly unique waterfall, the only one of its kind in the Caribbean.
The fall is made of calcium carbonate deposit. The minerals are good for the skin, not only relaxing, but it's good for your skin. So once one feel like you want to get rejuvenated, go and sit in the falls, relax, lean back, and leave yourself to nature. And at the end, I'll guarantee you, you'll feel like a young child again. This water comes from a natural spring from about 4 miles up in the hills. If you travel entirely into the falls and go to the top, you can see where it's actually coming from under the earth. Show that what it's like, it's pure natural water coming out of the earth. On the top there's a big pool, you can see the water bubbling up. There's some waterfall you go, you can look at. Some you can go take pictures and walk around. This one you're exposed to it. You can actually partake of what's going on in nature. This is definitely one of the wonders of the world.
Warm mineral waters of brilliant shades of green, purple, and yellow cascade down the 1,000-foot drop of St. Lucia's Diamond Falls. The water of the Diamond Falls comes down through the sulfur springs from the nearby volcano. This is what gives the falls its varying shades of color.
Yeah, we are now at the Diamond Waterfalls. So this water is coming directly from the crater of the volcano, but mixed with river water. Now if you notice the fabulous color on the rock, that's because of the minerals contained in the water. The different colors represent the different minerals. The green is the copper, the brown, iron, the yellow is the sulfur, the black is what we call the lava. And there are times of the year you'll see the white, the calcium. So it changes color at times. The colors are varied. So when all the minerals combine together, that's what makes the water look so green. Well, Diamond, it was 2,000 acres of land given to 3 Devoe brothers by King Louis XIV of France. And as the family grew larger, it was divided into smaller estates named Diamond, Ruby, and Pearl. So Diamond is just the name of the community, I guess because of the richness of the soil. Everything grows so well here.
Waterfalls. There are few wonders of nature that draw people to itself like the waterfall does. Every year, thousands of people visit waterfalls to bask in the spectacle of tons of water crashing down into pools below. But waterfalls are more than just must-see sights for tourists. The strong currents that occur near waterfalls can be harnessed to produce electricity. Waterfalls also support the flow of nutrients in and around the environment of the falls. Here in the Caribbean, we have a multitude of waterfalls. Some are easily accessible and provide a source of refreshment and relaxation from the humdrum of everyday life. Others are such spectacular sights we can only stand and stare and marvel at their magnificence. But whatever the type or size of the waterfall, it is important that we protect and preserve them for the sake of the environment and for future generations, so that they too can witness the wonder of our Caribbean waterfalls.